These are the only steps you need to go pro in Fortnite. Anyone that wants to go pro in Fortnite can do it. It just depends on how much work they are willing to put in to achieve that goal. So everyone watching this video will see changes in their gameplay if they just follow these steps. The first step is to have a routine. Having a routine that you stick to daily will help you improve tremendously, because doing the same thing every day will make it feel natural to do. Repetition is key when trying to go pro. Some of your favorite pros don't go into tournaments with no warm-up or routines. So with that being said, these are the most effective methods you need in your routine. The first method is 1v1 piece control. 1v1 piece control is one of, if not the most effective maps you need in your routine, for one simple reason, that being you need to be able to fight in small areas. Most of the fights that will happen in professional tournaments is box fights, and that's exactly what piece control targets, your skill in 1v1 closed situations. 1v1 piece controls put you in uncomfortable situations that would happen in real games, and you have to make the right decisions and peaks to win in just a box. So 1v1 piece controls is one half of the fights you're going to be having in tournaments. Another half is build fights. So the perfect map that targets that ability is 1v1 realistics. If you want to actually improve for real games while playing realistics, don't only go for clips, because yeah, that looks pretty cool, but that is not going to help you at all in the long run. The thing that will help you is playing the realistics like it's a real game. That means boxing up when it's necessary and making smart peaks you would only make in actual tournaments. Something to understand while making your routine is people are better at certain things. So somebody might be better with their mechanics, but their aim might be worse. So if that's you, include more aim training in your routine. For example, if someone has really good handles in basketball, but they can't shoot the ball that well, they're going to focus more on their shot when practicing. It's just simple. Practice more what you're worst at. Now, with that being said, these are the 3 methods of practice that you absolutely need in your routine. First one being any type of fighting practice, that being solo rank games that you're pushing everybody in, or 1v1 PGs. The second essential thing to put in your routines is mechanics practice, and that's things like free building or raiders maps. And the last and most important thing you need in your routine is endgame practice, which could be things like endless zone wars or organized scrims. So keep those 3 things in mind when making your routine. Now the second step is playing against people that are better than you. Sometimes losing is better than winning. Now what I mean by that is if you are playing against someone that's 5 times your skill and you're not winning, maybe that's a good thing, because at least you can learn something from each and every time you died, like what you shouldn't have peaked or what edits to make or not make. So basically the point I'm trying to get at is going against someone that's worse than you is a waste of time, because you don't learn anything from those fights. This is where most of the pros don't make it past, because they are too focused on winning the pointless creative maps instead of learning things to implement into their gameplay. Now step 3 is just as, if not more important, and that is VOD reviewing. There isn't a single top tier pro out there that doesn't VOD review, and that's because you need to do it to be successful. It's just like any sport people play. Half the time is spent practicing before their games, and the other half is spent reviewing their game footage. So connecting that back to Fortnite, you should spend half of your time practicing for your tournaments, and the other half should be spent reviewing your past games. The reason it is so important to VOD review is so you can learn from your past tournaments to see where you could have done things differently, and to see what smart plays you had, so that next time in those situations you already know what to do from the past gameplay you reviewed. And all these steps all connect back to one thing, and that's learning. Because if you're not learning something new every day, you're going to be stuck at the same skill level while everyone else is improving. Now obviously when you're getting ready for these tournaments, you're not going to spend every second of your time in creative maps and VOD reviewing, because if you did that, you would easily get burnt out so quick. So that's why step 4 is playing ranked games. The way you play ranked games could play a big part in your skill compared to someone else that wants to become a pro. Now for the first half of these ranked games, I want you to push everybody you see, no matter what the circumstances are, and try and play as aggro as possible without dying. And each game you play, try and top how much kills you had in the previous game. And for the second half of these ranked games, I want you to play things more smartly. For example, try and third party a fight, or make sure you're comfortable in the spot you're trying to take a fight. Playing half of your ranked games in 2 totally different ways will make sure you're prepared for whatever will happen in tournaments. And the 5th step to becoming a pro is making sure you're physically and mentally healthy. And that means things like getting a good 8 to 9 hours of sleep a day, and getting good exercise like taking walks or simply riding a bike. Now you may be thinking, how is riding a bike going to help me become a pro? And my response to that is you will be more energetic and aware of the things happening around you with good sleep and good exercise. And the 6th and final step is taking a a break. Taking a break from the game for a day or two could ultimately lead to your success of becoming a pro. Now that probably sounds stupid to most of you, because you're probably thinking, how is taking a break going to lead to my success? And the answer to that is simple. If you take a break from the game instead of grinding each and every day, you won't get burnt out and bored of playing. And having a good mood when playing could change a lot of things, because if you're doubting yourself in the middle of the fight, it's likely you're gonna die, because if you're not believing in your ability to perform, then you're not gonna perform well. So my advice for taking breaks is, if you're really good at the game in your opinion and you can easily pick the game back up immediately with no rust, then take a 3 to 5 day break. But if it's not so easy for you to pick up the game and get into a groove, then take a 1 to 2 day break. And once you come back from these breaks, you will be mentally restored. All of these things mentioned in this video are very important to your success at becoming a pro. It's not supposed to be easy, otherwise everyone would do it. That's why if you're dedicated enough and you put enough time and effort into becoming a pro, you can achieve that goal. Now, if any of this advice helped you in any way, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And subscribe for more videos like this. And without further ado, Finerx out.
I can't trust little shawty, she don't run up. Cut this Cartier like a star.